Today I'm going to Assalamualaikum everyone. So today I'm going to talk about IELTS speaking. I am making this video to share some tips that really helps me to get a higher band score in IELTS speaking, and I hope these tips will be useful for you guys. And if you think that you have to get a good band score in your speaking and you are really focused about improving your speaking skills, not only for IELTS but also for like other communication type of things, then I think you should try to implement these techniques because these are really helpful. Okay, so the first point that we have to remember is use a range of vocabulary. I think all of you already know that there's a separate segment called lexical resource, like it's a marking criteria. So if you are using basic words, then you are not going to get a higher band score. For example, basic words means something like good, bad, nice, or the words that are commonly used by everyone. So if you are using those words, then you are going to get like 5.5 or 6 because of your lexical resource. So if you want to get a higher band score, if you are aiming to get a higher band score, then you have to use some words that are not commonly used. You have to use some advanced words. You can also try to implement some linkers, some synonyms that are really unfamiliar to lots of people. Then you can aim and expect that you are going to get a good band score. For example, I wrote two sentences. The first sentence is it was a good experience. So anyone can say that these are really commonly used. And the next sentence is it was a valuable and enjoyable experience. I know these two words are also very commonly used, but if you're using the second sentence, it means that you are showing you have a good range of vocabulary. So if you want to get a higher band score, then you have to learn lots of vocabulary. And not only by learning it, you have to also implement those in your speaking. One tip that I can give you guys is to make a separate notebook where you will write down the words that you feel unfamiliar. When I was practicing for my IELTS speaking, especially, I made a separate notebook where I used to write down the words that are very unfamiliar to me. I used to spend like 10 or 15 minutes to learn new words. Like each day, I used to learn 20 or 30 words, and I used to try to implement those. I'm still learning, but you can try to do this, and I hope this will be very helpful for you. So keep that thing in your mind that you cannot use same word multiple times. You have to use synonyms or antonyms. You can try to do that, and also you have to use some advanced words if you want to get a higher band score. The second key point that we have to remember is about grammar. I think all of you already know that there is a separate marking criteria called grammatical accuracy. The examiners are really experienced, so they can easily find out the mistakes that you are making while you are speaking. We can easily find out the mistakes that we are making while we are writing, but it's not that much simple because we are very focused on delivering our answers. We don't have the time to focus on the grammars that we are using. So you have to also have a good range of knowledge about grammar topics. And for that, you can try to skim through the grammar topics that are commonly used, like for example, tense, conditionals, simple and complex sentence structures, right form of verbs. These grammar topics are commonly used. So you can try to just skim through the rules, and I think this will really help you to get a good range of grammar topics in your mind. And also, you have to remember one thing: you cannot simply use simple and basic sentence structure. If you are using simple sentence structure only, then you are not going to get a good bounce score. You can only get like 5.5, 6, or 6.5, that much. But if you want to get a higher bounce score, then you have to use both simple and complex sentence structure, like vary your grammar. And for that reason, you have to read the grammar topics. Simply just read the grammar rules, and this will really help you. The third point that we have to remember is expand your answers. I have met a lot of people who are trying to give IELTS exam, and whenever I ask them a simple question, they answer in one sentence. You cannot do that in IELTS speaking. When the examiner is asking you a particular question, you have to expand your answers, because if you simply say one sentence, how are they gonna judge your level of English? So you have to expand your answers. Don't just give one line reply. Try to give some examples, give opinions, or anything to expand your answers. But also, you have to keep the thing in your mind that you have to make valid points. You are not trying to make a debate with your examiner. You are simply there to showcase your range of vocabulary, your grammatical accuracy, your knowledge with the examiner. You can simply just think about you're discussing about a particular topic in your native language with your friends. Only by thinking in that way, you can easily express yourself and expand your answers. If you are constantly worrying about making mistakes, then you are not going to have the courage to express yourself fully. So you have to be very confident in your answers, in yourself. Then you can try to expand your answers. So don't be shy. Don't get back when you are expressing or having a discussion. The next point that we have to remember is about practice common topics. I think the most important tip that anyone can ever give is to practice English. You have to speak so that you can make your mistakes and find out the problems. Then you can try to solve these problems. But if you are not practicing, you're just reading and reading, then it's not gonna help you anyway. So you have to have the courage to speak. You have to try to speak. It's okay to make mistakes. If you are making mistakes, it means that you are trying. Only by doing this, you can improve yourself. Okay, so the topic is practice common topics. There are several common topics, like for example, hometown, hobbies, studies, technology, and so on. So at first, all you need to do is pick a particular topic that you feel familiar. Then you can try to expand your answers. Whatever you want to say, you just go and stand in front of a mirror and then try to express yourself, express your opinions about a particular topic. You don't have to speak about 2 minutes at the beginning stage of your IELTS preparation. You can try to start from the basic part, like at first, speak for like 1 minute, then 1 minute 30 seconds. Then you can try to speak for like 2 minutes. Speak from the bottom of your heart. You don't have to think about anyone is going to judge me or something like that. You have to speak. You have to take the first step. Then you can try to implement the techniques and gradually improve yourself. The next point that we have to remember is use linkers and connectors. A lot of people have the idea that they can only use linkers and connectors for their IELTS writing section, but you can also try to implement those in your speaking section as well. So when you are speaking, instead of just repeating yourself, you can try to use some linkers and connectors. When you are giving an additional point about a particular topic, you can say moreover, additionally, You can say it in this way. You don't have to like worry about if I am making it right or no. You can try to use this like when you are opposing or giving a negative idea about something. Then you can say, on the other hand, like the same things that we use for writing section, we can you also use in our speaking section as well. We can say furthermore, additionally, in addition, at the same time, then contrary, on the contrary, then you can say a lot of things. So you can use linkers and connectors in your speaking as well. The next key point that we have to remember is about pronunciation. I have made a separate video about how to improve your pronunciation. I have met a lot of people who can easily use some advanced words. They have a good range of grammatical accuracy. They can also implement complex sentence structures when they are speaking. But the problem is that we cannot understand them. Their words tend to get mixed up when they're speaking. So you have to work on your pronunciation. I don't care whether you have any kind of accent. You don't have to force yourself to get accent like the native English speakers. All you need to do is make sure that your pronunciation is correct about each and every word that you are using, and also it's very easy to understand so that other people can also understand what you are speaking, what you are trying to say. So, if you are struggling with your pronunciation, then you can try to use some particular techniques. Like you can use shadowing technique. It simply means that you can just try to copy, just like how the native English speakers use their intonation, how they pronounce each and every single word. You can try to do that. And also, if you are struggling with getting your words mixed up, you cannot differentiate between how to actually pronounce the words correctly because of your native language or any other purpose, then you can also try to practice some tongue twisters. Practicing tongue twisters will really help you to improve your pronunciation. And if you don't know how to pronounce a particular word correctly, then there are a lot of apps where you can easily find help. Okay, so work on your pronunciation, please. Okay, so the last key point that we have to remember is stay calm and be natural. It's a test of communication, not perfection. So, when you are feeling very nervous, you can try to use some deep breathing exercises before your exam starts, because if you are very nervous, you cannot express your thoughts carefully and clearly in front of your examiner. All you need to do is stay calm. Even if you are feeling very anxious and nervous, you have to pull yourself together so that you can express yourself fully. You have made a lot of effort to give this exam. So don't mess up because of your nervousness. Stay calm and be natural. You don't have to exaggerate any kind of words. You don't have to debate with your examiner about any topic. You are just there to express yourself. It's all about communication. Just think about you are communicating with one of your friends about some topics. It's not that much hard. They're not going to judge you anyway. If, only if you think about in that way, then you can easily pass this exam. It's all about how to control your nervousness. And if you are able to be very calm and collected during your exam, then trust me, you're going to ace your exam. So this is the all of the things that I used for my exam, and trust me, these techniques really helped me to get a good bounce score. And I am only sharing this video to help other people who are also struggling with IELTS speaking. All these segments for IELTS, listening, reading, writing, these three sections are very easy and you can improve yourself by practicing. But Only in speaking test you, even if you have a good range of vocabulary, you know everything, just because of your nervousness you can mess up your whole exam. So the key points that you have to remember are these techniques, and you have to be very confident. That's the only thing that I can tell you guys. You have to be very confident, you have to trust yourself. So see you in the next video. If you have any kind of problems, or if you are struggling with any segments, then you can write down the problems in my comment section. I will try to make a separate video explaining the topic. See you in the next video.